going on, guys? Hey, this ain't gonna be a real long video. I mean, shit, we only got 14 minutes till I get there anyway, so I know I usually say that and I ramble for 30 minutes, but not this time. 50-50 on that. But anyway, you know, I don't know, some people, I don't know what goes on in their minds, because, you know, like, here's the thing about defamation, slander, all that. You know, it's hard to, it's not a criminal charge. I mean, unless, I guess, something really bad happened. I mean, with what happened to Torp, if somebody did see that and did something to him, even then it would be hard to maybe criminally convict at that time. Because like I said, if you're trying to prove defamation, and say like when Reese put up that, mocked up video about Torp, that bullshit, his excuse could have been, oh, we just shared it, we thought it was true, we were trying to warn people, we didn't know it was fake and all that shit. But like I said, it would still be hard, because I mean, with Reese saying is, he's this popular YouTuber and all this bullshit, it'd be kind of hard to say that, you've been on YouTube long enough to know that video was fake as fuck. Like I said, I don't even do that kind of shit. And I guarantee you, and challenge me on, one night I could put that video together, something just like that one. I mean, everybody knew that was fake. But this is what amazes me. And I bet you Reese even got a little upset over this. Could you imagine admitting that you knew that video was fake and you still put that shit up there? You knew it was fake. Reese's wife types in the comments and she says, we knew that video was fake, or we knew it was a fake, but we put it up for different reasons. Well, see, that's the thing. Imagine a judge hearing that. They're going to ask you, what's the fucking reason? What's the other reason? Or the other reason you would do it? And the only thing would be is to have malicious intent. You did that to hurt him. Truthfully, what you all did was, see, Reese, for a long time, he's seen people who go to the lounge and he goes on the attack. You know what I'm saying? He tries to tag them. He tries to do all kinds of shit. And it's because of his, he's got this hate against Flex. And even back in the day, Flex tried to give the dude benefit of the doubt, but Reese he doesn't care. He'll screw anybody over. The shit he done last night to somebody, I mean, I don't see how anybody would ever fucking support, trust. Like I said, I literally see Roy coming up saying stuff like, oh, this shit's going too far, I'm going, he's going to, because when shit goes too far, people start seeing it and they know now there's no turning. I mean, you all should have known this for a while. The shit they do and say, they don't care about nobody but themselves. They prove it. I mean, if you don't 100% bow down to Roy, he'll block your ass or whatever. But who gives a fuck, right? You're better off. Roy blocking you is one of your best days on YouTube, trust me, because that way you don't have to learn the hard way that he's a fucking terrible person and a dickhead. But see, with what Reese's wife did last night, literally typing that in the comments, she just admitted that we knew all that shit was fake. We did it anyway just to fuck with Torp. We did it to, run Torp off and like that. See, that's like, like you heard me and Thunder, like we kind of disagree on the watching the lives. And, and neither one of us are right or wrong. It's just an opinion, right? And I get 100% what he's saying. I get it. And in, like, reality, that would be a great fucking thing, especially if you knew stuff was going to be there later. See, like with Reese, he leaves shit up. If he thinks, even if it's like got shock value, Reese will leave that up there just so people can see it because he knows it's going to get views. But see, my point of not watching shit when it's live and waiting until after the live to watch it, or if you want to download it, see, doing that is going to take too much time. Plus, like I said, a lot of people's watching it anyway, but now they ain't going to tell us because we're saying, if you say not to watch it. But when you don't watch a live, and this is the reason I was all in on that shit. I was the one, I agreed 100%, like, yeah, fuck, don't watch them, don't go there, don't do nothing. And it would be good if one person could just designate, be a designated watcher. But then you got to, anything could happen and you miss it. Because think about Roy. We already know that what happened on Tracy the other night, if Roy had any control over that, he would have had that motherfucker delete it, private it, all that. He would have done it. Because that's where I learned my lesson. See, I used to like not watch them live. And I wasn't even doing it on the view part. I was just doing it because, you can go to a live. I would wait 4 or 5 hours after so the chat would be there on the live. Then you can go to the live and you can just scan through real quick and you can read the chat and you can kind of see what's going on. So if something's like they're saying something or you can see it in the chat, then you can find that place and there you go. But the thing about it is, especially like Roy, I'm telling you, immediately If he says something, does something, something happens, he thinks it's going to make him look bad, he will fucking end that shit and private it, delete it, whatever. And if you're not there to see it, you're screwed. Again, like last night, Reese knew everybody seen it, because as soon as it was happening, people was talking about it. So there's no sense to delete it now. Now, I don't know on that one, if maybe when she said that, if somebody like Roy or somebody told Reese like, hey man, you might want to fucking delete that video, or take that down, because you're just admitting that you literally knew all that shit about Torp was bullshit, and you said it anyway, or put that video up anyway and shared it. See, Reese is literally thinking just because you don't make the video, you just share it, that takes everything off of you. But see, Reese, the difference is you ain't just sharing that of a stranger. You're doing it and talking about the guy, saying all kinds of shit about him. You have a history with him, so it's not like a stranger. You just seen a mocked up video. You knew it was bullshit. You done it to try to get Torp to run off from the lounge, not come back over there. You done a lot of people that way. You especially Reese. He's attacked everybody. Fuck Roy. He'll sit there and cry like a bitch about, oh my God, they're trying to cancel me. They're telling people not to go to my channel. He literally told people that he's reading the chat and he'll block people. He said it. Cherry said it. Literally, for typing in the lounge, Roy would block you. That's Roy. That's the same thing. That's canceling the lounge. But we have never told nobody that me, myself, I'm at the opinion now, after like last night and the shit we seen, if you see somebody typing in Reese's, Roy supporting it, when they come back around, you should just tell them like, hey, we seen your asses over there. Go the fuck over, stay over there. Because what will happen is, if you got people going, both sides, when they see they can't do that no more, they will have to pick a side. And if anybody, think about it this way, if anybody wants to pick that side, I'm glad, because that shows the person they are. We don't want them around. I mean, why would you want somebody that thinks, anybody supporting you? All support's not good support. I mean, if a person thinks what Roy, Reese, and all them's doing right now is justified or it's okay, we don't want that person around. Why would you want that person around you? They're a piece of shit person. They're just like them. And again, it doesn't matter if Roy, Reese, whoever, it doesn't matter if at that very moment they're saying shit. Tracy, she's Eric, if they're letting people up there before, after, supporting them, all that's doing is telling the people it's okay. It's like I said, Roy could come up there and say all kinds of shit, bad talking about stuff, bragging about taking down the lounge, and you might not type then, right? But then 5 minutes later, he's talking about, turtles fucking or something, and you got, then you go in there and start typing. So Roy knows there's no sense, and he doesn't have to change anything. You're still accepting them, you're okaying them, so why would he not do it? See, as soon as people start holding people accountable, that's when shit changes. And like I said, that's the best thing about this side, because it doesn't matter who it is. It doesn't matter who it is. Like right now, if I said something like terrible, I would get called out for that. And that's the reason I'm on this side, because if I said something, or like if I shared a video of somebody and knowing it was bullshit to hurt somebody, I would get called out for it. And I would expect that too, because that's the reason I'm on this side, because we do hold each other accountable. We don't, let people get away with shit and then justify it because, oh, we'll let them go ahead and do whatever because, as long as they're, going at my people I don't like, let them do it. See, it doesn't matter. Even on like somebody you hate, there's lines that shouldn't be crossed. Nobody should go after people in real life. I mean, Torp, that video Torp did last night, again, if y'all ain't seen that, you got to watch that shit, because, that was fucking, Torp literally showed you why he ended up on the side he ended up on. He could just struck Reese and got other, and just took, behind, but he literally tries to reason with Reese. I don't think it'll work, Torp, sadly. I don't think Reese can heed the advice, because I've tried to reason with him. The other night, that video I made like 2 or 3 nights ago, kind of talking about what he had done with Tammy, then I kind of, pointed out like he had been through the same situation, maybe thinking that would trigger something in his mind to like, yeah, dude, I went too low on that one. But no, the very next day, he fucking put up the videos again. He shared the video, putting pictures up, saying shit about Tammy. He's a terrible motherfucker. Then Roy will let him right up there and just sit there and talk about him and Reese. Think about that. They say they talk on the phone, they communicate. Reese has told us they talk for hours, and Roy sits there and, and they even say, oh, me and Reese is going to the next level. That's Roy saying that shit. So all that shit Reese is doing, Roy's okaying it. Even if Roy's not telling him like, hey, it's good you're doing that. Now, I do expect Roy to come out on this one a little bit, because, see, that's the thing. Even terrible people, they can see when shit's going to look bad for them. So watch, Roy will try to get out in front of this somehow. A few of them will. They'll try to get out in front of this. because they know now this shit's went too far, and there's no, you know, like, the optics of this is fucking terrible, and they know there's no spinning this shit. See, the ones who spin shit, do shit like this, that's that side. You know, again, you can ask me how, and I can tell you. I can tell you many, many, many examples. They say we do it, they can't say nothing. But like I said, any people that's got like a channel, they do streams, you know, Roy, Reese, Tracy, Eric, and they're letting those type of people around, they're just as bad as those people, because they know what's wrong with the people do, and they still welcome them there, and it's, you know, they okay it. But anyway, Roy, Reese, well, everybody on that side, go fuck yourself. The rest of y'all, happy Valentine's Day.